everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day! And it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without something to talk about. Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on Washington Football Weekly. Yes, we are here. We know it's been some rough weeks. We did not miss it because of the weeks. We've been dealing with life. We've been taking care of stuff. My man here, I got to shout him out. Is a little under the weather. The shirtless wonder, my man, Ab Low, man. Are you all right, man?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
My guy. And then you already know who it is. South Carolina's finest. Dub K in the building. Will Kramer. What's up, Will?
I muted myself. Sorry. Glad to be here as always. Another glorious Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Always. Sad days coming from my baby cat, which is saying something that she's a Lions fan. So, yeah, she pities us. She said, I hope you start feeling better, Ab.
I appreciate
there we go.
It. Thank you.
There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we guys, hey, we're still here. We're still talking about it. It's been a struggle. It's absolutely been a struggle. Do want to shout something out real quick. Just want to shout out to fans. People have been listening to us, listening to our podcast. We haven't been on the last couple weeks, and I just randomly checked our podcast today. The last episode that we had, episode 3, had 55 clicks. 55 people were sitting there checking us out, enjoying it. I went back to the episode, and I was like, dang. I wasn't. It was hilarious. Let me tell you something. So we definitely hitting our stride, gentlemen. So I definitely appreciate y'all.
That's good. That one got a little heated. A little bit of disagreements on that one.
Hey, there we go. They didn't want the kumbaya. Let's go. But hey, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Since we last left you, ladies and gentlemen, the last time we talked to you, we had just come off the victory against the Atlanta Falcons, and we barely got that one. Came home, played the Saints, and didn't get that one. This game was close, I'm not gonna lie, but in my opinion, this thing turned right at halftime. Jameis Winston, we all know he does, chucked up a Hail Mary right before the half. That was caught for a touchdown, and the rest was history. Ab, what were your impressions of that Saints game?
What I remember is when they threw the ball up Hail Mary style, and none of our team jumped up for the damn ball, not one bit.
No.
Like it was just we're watching everybody else go for the ball, and I understand they didn't want to get a pass interference. It would have been a timeless play, and they would have on our 1 yard line. I definitely understand that, but effort, man, just effort, and that was what was missing. And this game was so frustrating, is because I feel like this game was winnable. This was definitely a winnable game. This is something that we shouldn't let go, and it's just disappointing. It just shows how our season's going. These are the games that we should be winning, and this would have been a pick-me-up game. I think this would have we would have gone to Kansas into the Kansas City game with some momentum, but this really was a disappointment. It really just showed that we deserve a top 10 pick.
I mean, hey, the way we're looking. Shout out to David Ferguson watching, saying hashtag the Snyder curse. Well, I can't say I really disagree with you. Yeah, that game was pretty rough. And Catherine and I went to the game with a couple of our friends from Chicago that actually are from New Orleans. So it was good for them. They got to see that victory, but we didn't win on the field. And I'm not going to dive into this too much, but we had some crazy guys out right next to us. Dudes like somehow got some pot or something into the stadium and were smoking. And a couple rows back, one of these ladies got the security guard, and they were like, "Yo, they're doing something over there." Well, the kid, like these kids are like maybe high school, maybe like frat, like college age. They turned around, looked at her. They're like, "Yo, what did you say? Did you tell them? Yo, F you, you F and F and blah blah." And they just started going at it. And so then the husband came down. Long story short, one of the kids jumped over the seat. They were fighting, and we were like all right here next to this thing. And I'm like, are y'all serious right now? We're like, yo, it's really not worth it. Okay. We're not doing anything on the field. And y'all over here playing it. Like, come on, man. And it went crazy. No security guard came. And I mean, there was one guy that was there, but you looked at him like, man, you're not going to stop this. So it was actually a bunch of fans that were around us that all like broke it up and separated them and did the whole nine. But it was just, come on. It was terrible. It was awful. So,
man, you wonder why people aren't going to those games,
Yeah.
If you don't even have any security around to help out in something like that, when a fan comes out asking and you're allowing that, tell me who around them is going to say, yeah, let's go to the next week's game. That sounds like a good idea.
Exactly. And as a matter of fact, the only people that were at the games, really, from what it looked like, I don't know if it looked like this on the TV, on TV, but it was Saints fans. It was Saints jerseys, black ones and white ones. You saw us sprinkled through, but it was like we were the away team. You know what I mean? It was all Saints fans. We were surrounded by Saints fans.
We always the away team at our own field.
Yeah. Kat said it earlier. Sad days at FedEx Field, man. Sad days. What this franchise has turned into.
Yeah. So, hey, and I'm coming to you on the next one. We lost to that one, and that one was rough. Because again, like we said, we should have gotten that W. We let it get away from us. But then we played Kansas City. Now, we didn't really, we weren't sitting here thinking that we were going to sit here and blow these guys out, but we did feel, there was hope. They were on a downswing. We felt like maybe we were going up. And up until halftime, we're in this game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it fell apart, man. What happened, man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you go into the game, and obviously we knew Kansas City was going to be tough. We were worried about our defense and can we stop them? But their defense is just as atrocious. I tell you, this is what I made a real bad decision. I benched Aaron Rodgers in a fantasy league and put in Taylor Heinicke because I thought I said first to 40. Here we go. And thank goodness I squeaked by with the win and it didn't matter. But oh man, you talk about a bonehead decision.
Hey, look, I got to top you on that one. I benched Kyler Murray for Taylor Heinicke because I thought this is it. We're gonna get this defense. Right. He's gotten 20 points in three consecutive weeks. You know what I mean? He's a little bit productive, but yeah, it was definitely wishful thinking. But go ahead, Will.
Yeah. So that wasn't a good move. And Taylor did not have himself a good Sunday. Man, this game, you talk about getting frustrated in the Saints game because you thought this was winnable. You go into halftime with a lead. They're not playing well. We're not playing great either, but they're not playing well. And at one point, it was almost as if maybe the Chiefs weren't trying in the first half. They didn't care in the first half. And then they came out in the second half and made all these adjustments and just lit us up. What was frustrating to me is we were that team last year that made halftime adjustments. That's what got me always so excited about this is, okay, every game would be close. The halftime, you know, we might not be winning, but you're like, okay, that last drive or two in the second quarter, we were making some plays. They're going to make adjustments, and we're going to come out and take care of this in the second half. I don't know if I saw too many first downs at all in the third quarter. The offense sputtered. Heinicke didn't hit anybody. You know, he wasn't good at all on Sunday. And then the defense just absolutely fell apart. They forgot how to tackle. They forgot how to cover. And, you know, Mahommes is going to make some of his ridiculous plays, and he did. He had that shuffle pass that was awesome. He had the sideways throw that was incredible. And you know you're going to give that up, but then you got to defend the routine plays, and we can't do that. Our linebackers don't cover. Our corners don't cover. Our corners don't tackle. And it just became a train wreck of a second half. I mean, luckily, I didn't get too mad during the game. I was more just like defeated. I was like, well, we suck, so what do you expect? You know, it's rough, man. It's rough. It's hard to believe. The week before, Ron said, hey, we're about 2 or 3 bad plays from getting this together. And he's talking about the long touchdown pass and the bomb at halftime in the Saints game. And then you take those away, and we got something going. And then you watch that second half versus Kansas City, and you're like, dude, we've got so far to go.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of optimism right now, to be honest.
No, it's not looking good. Go ahead, Ab.
I'd argue that we're 2 plays from being winless.
So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If we don't get that penalty against the Giants, and then that last drive against the Falcons, we're number 1 draft pick worthy right now.
Right.
You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yo, got shout out to Nathan now saying, what's good, y'all? Safeties getting exposed, especially Collins. Yeah, well.
We'll get to that. I got some news. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My guy David Ferguson, Steelers fan, said, y'all need to join the Steeler Nation. I could be your Harriet Tubman. No, we're not going nowhere. We will stay in this bondage. All right. Yo, well, look. All right, we're not going to. Hey, we got to. I know there's not very much optimism in the air, but we've got to sit here and find something. We got to fix this thing. So, Ab, I'm coming to you, man. Where do we go from here, man?
I'm just about giving up. I'm sorry, man. I'm real. I don't see. There's nothing to build on. There's nothing. Our offense couldn't score against Kansas City's second to worst defense, because we're the worst. Second to last, so we're the worst. So we couldn't do anything with that. So that's an issue. That's a problem. And the fact that we can't make adjustments at the second half, that's crazy to me. To me, I'm trying to tell you, we right here, I would not honestly, we knew that they already made the change from Dustin Hopkins to Blewett.
What a name.
Blewett.
What a kicker's name.
I can hear it now. Blewett again. I can hear it. Blewett again. Can y'all hear it? I already know. I already know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Bro, man. And I mean, it's just to me, and honestly, I think Dustin Hopkins needed to go somewhere, but we couldn't find anyone other than someone that hasn't kicked a field goal yet. Come on, man.
Lambeau, the old Chargers kicker, he's a free agent.
Bro, see, I don't know, man.
We got Blewett.
It's like we're not even trying, man. And trade deadline is gonna come and go past us. You know what I'm saying? They could easily make moves to make this team better, but they're not going to. And to me is where do we go from here? Top 10 in the draft, man. Like that's where we go. Like I don't know where else to go from here, bro. Like it's sad. It's a disappointment, and just built on something that was so exciting from last year. Like we really thought we were going to go back to back, and honestly, that's what the biggest disappointment is that we didn't break the longevity of back to backs. No team going back to back, and that breaks my heart the most, man. It really does. But honestly, we're usually a second half team anyway. There's been plenty of times we bombed the first half of the year, and then get it together during the second half and squeak into the playoffs. But it's hard to see it now, bro. It really is. So, where do we go from here? Top 10. That's all I see different, but top 10.
Hey, look, I see. Hey, I agree. Let's not forget where we were this time last year. You know what I mean? We weren't much different this time last year, and there wasn't. We can't sit here and act like we were the ones saying, "Yeah, we believe in this team. We're gonna do it." No, we were like, "All right, we're doing the exact same thing." So, and maybe, hopefully, Ab, you're right that we talked about being a second half team during the game, but maybe we're a second half team in the season. Get a couple people back, Logan Thomas in particular, where we could maybe change this thing around, but you still need to have something to build on.
I mean, if you look at it, after the Buccaneers game, all those games are winnable.
Very true.
All the games are winnable. Panthers, Seahawks, Raiders, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. And the only reason why I say Cowboys in that is because it's a division game. You play division games harder. It's like, honestly, on paper, Cowboys should blow us out the water. Like, honestly, even on the field, blow us out the water. But there's just something about a division game that'll keep us in the game. So don't count us out. Like I said, second half of the year is very winnable. Very winnable.
I like that. Will, what you got?
Man, is this not football therapy? I don't know if y'all know this, but the show started and Ab is sitting back. He's not feeling well. And then we start talking football. We start talking Washington. And he starts leaning into the camera.
There we go.
And his voice is coming back. I mean, if this isn't the definition of therapy, man,
let's go.
Because I changed my name on here. Last week, my name was going to be Optimistic Will. Because when I watched the Saints game, I saw a lot of things that, like, we can do this. Like you said, we're not too far off. Then I watched the Chiefs game, and I deleted that because I'm not too optimistic. But then all of a sudden, Ab right here has got me pulling back in, saying, all right, well, we knew this was the gauntlet part of the schedule, but the Seahawks, Geno Smith, give me a break. The Ravens, come on, they're up and down. They just lost their coach. Give me a break. The Cowboys, you're peaking at the wrong time, Dallas.
Like every year.
So enjoy your September and October sunshine. And come see you in December. And like you said, division games in December, whole new ballgame.
There we go.
I've just perked up everybody right there. So when it comes to how to fix this, and I will say too, I'm kind of like, what can you do? Very first thing, get healthy.
Yeah.
We don't have Curtis Samuel out there. We may not have him all year, to be honest with you. A groin in season, I don't know if that's ever gonna heal. We don't have Logan Thomas out here. Ricky Seals-Jones is balling. He's playing terrific, but he also is pretty one-dimensional. He's not doing a whole lot of blocking. And what Logan brings is you don't know, is he going out for a pass or is he blocking? He can do both, and that type of disguise is important for the offense. We need to run the ball more. We need to become ball control. If our defense can't stop nobody, why are we throwing it 2 out of 3 downs or 5 out of 6 plays on the series? We have to slow the game down. And our guys are running, man. Like, McKissick's been a big surprise to me. I love the way he runs it. He gets it. He just takes off in the hole. He doesn't dance around. He runs hard. Gibson, he needs to get healthy because when he's healthy, he runs well, and he's battling through that shin injury. Oh, and by the way, did I forget to mention? Have we forgot to mention? We don't have our starting quarterback right now. The guy we paid $10 million to come play. Can we get him healthy and see, what we get him? He hasn't been given a chance. So I think for how to fix it, some optimism. Let's get healthy. Let's get the right side of our offensive linebacker, or at least maybe our right tackle. Wes Schweitzer's playing great in Brandon Sheriff's absence. I think Cornelius Lucas is barely holding it down. I don't see a whole lot out of him, so I'd love to get Cosme back. Become ball control. We did one of the things I said a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure Jack Del Rio was listening to our podcast. He's moved Landon Collins to linebacker. He may not be playing linebacker, but he's moved him to it. Now, I can tell you this. I muted myself from some of the Redskin fan pages on Facebook here at the start of the season when things started to go a little south because I didn't want to hear the negativity. But what I've seen, little snippets, man, it's like it would be like if you cut Landon Collins, you solve all of our defensive problems. And that is not the case.
No,
and to be honest with you, I didn't think Landon Collins played all that bad against the Chiefs. He gave up a touchdown pass, but I thought he had real good coverage on the guy. It was just a great throw. I think they've recognized he needs to be by the line of scrimmage. He needs to play box safety. If we need to call you safety, but line you up, 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, we're going to do that because we don't have the linebackers right now to do it. So maybe that's a way. We got to blitz. We got to find a way to get some pressure. Montez Sweat, dude decided he didn't want to get vaxxed this year. He decided he didn't want to get sacks either. So we got to do something about it and figure this out. We got to get some pressure in, got to blitz some of these linebackers because we can't get by with just a 4 or if we're down lineman or if we run a 5-2.
Right.
We're not getting by with the running base. We've got to start putting some pressure on there. And I think we got to change the secondary up a little bit. Can we please bring up Jeremy Reeves? I mean, can we give the man a chance? Can we please put in DeShazer Everett, let him be the thumper that he is out there and bruise guys up a little bit so they don't want to go over the middle? That's some of the thoughts I have. But most importantly, I really think get healthy, ball control, and let's tweak the defensive scheme a little bit.
Yes. The number adjustments. The things that we were good at, after halftime last year, and something that we need to focus on. We need to adjust. We need to, because there are possibilities to things that we could work on. Got to shout out Jack Niedermeyer watching the show. Said it's time to become a Ravens fan. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Nathan Snell continues to say this in the last 3 comments. Accountability. Hold them accountable.
I agree with him. Let's start benching some dudes. I don't care who it is. Start benching them.
Yeah. Let them know. Hey, we mean business. Because something's got to change. Absolutely. Something has to change. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on. We're going to move on to the longest running segment on Washington Football Weekly. Like it, love it, or
hated it.
Yeah, buddy. As long as he said it, we still with it. Let's go. I can dig it. And look, Ab, while I got your voice, I'm going to get you to come with me and say this right here. Like it, love it, hate it. Taylor Heinicke's play, man.
Hate it. I hate it. He's too inconsistent for me. I know everyone's all about how he throws the ball downfield, how he makes these plays, but no one talks about the plays he doesn't make, the simple plays he doesn't make. The like that bothers me, man. It really, really bothers me. If you can't make the simple throws, how can we feel confident in you making the difficult throws? And he was more reluctant to play in the Kansas City game. I think Ron was talking about how he felt he played reluctant during with playing in Kansas City, but he's too inconsistent for me. And honestly, he makes good plays. I can't doubt that and everything like that. But to be a starting quarterback in this league, you got to be consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want the big contract, you got to be consistent. He's not consistent to me. And to me, that's why I say I hate this. I hate his play. And honestly, I'm looking forward to next year when we looking for a new quarterback.
Hey, yeah, needing somebody legit. Will, what you got, man?
Yeah, I mean, to put one positive on this subject, we needed to find out what we had.
Mhm.
You know, he had that exciting game against the Bucks. People were wondering. He's gotten a chance to get out there for a while, and we've got a chance to see that he's not going to be your long-term solution. I noticed that I saw a stat this week where against the Chiefs, he had all 8 passes. I think that he had 8 of his 10 passes beyond 10 yards were incomplete. You know, he's chucking them down there as opposed to really being accurate with them. That's he doesn't have the arm strength to do that. I felt he forced the ball in the Saints game at Terry too often when Terry was covered by Lattimore pretty well, and he's still just trying to. You know, we've talked before about it. You got to feed the man. You got to feed the guy. Well, in that game, you didn't want to feed him, and we got lucky that a couple of the tip passes didn't get picked off by him trying to force it. So, yeah, I mean. It comes back to what we talked about in preseason, in training camp, and a lot of the reports. They said, "Hey, you know, this job was Fitz's." Heinicke came in at the start of camp looking good, but then he kind of started to wave towards the end of training camp and preseason. He was wavering because he stands in the pocket. He's not that accurate. He doesn't have the strongest arm to make some of these plays, and I think we've had a chance to really give him a chance to play. I think he's wonderful to have on your team as a backup. He is great in this situation where, hey, if you only need him for 3-4 games, he can keep you afloat. But and so the dude deserves more than the $2 million a year he's making. He deserves, you know, to stay in the league for the next 4 or 5 years as your backup quarterback.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Let him be your backup quarterback, and let's figure out who our franchise is.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with both of you. Like, I want to wait I want to push it back to next year. Like, let's put our money and put all our resources in getting somebody that is absolutely legit that we can depend on and get out of this whole stupid conversation that we're in every year about worrying about our daggone quarterback. You know, but at the same time, Will, you're right. We needed to see what we have, and we did have him. I'm going to say I like this, and the only reason I'm going to say I like this is because of that point. We needed to see what we have. He is a backup. He's not a starter. You know what I mean? Anybody that, you know, any of those crazy fans that were out here saying, you know, pay this man because he's the future, blah, blah, blah. No, you're wrong. He's a backup. He's playing like that. He has some good moments, but I think he's best coming in as a reliever. He's a shot in the arm. Let's go. Here it is, you know. But as far as being the starter, he's not ready. He's not ready, and he's not doing awful. But it's the little things, Ab, that you're talking about. There's certain things that you need to get this. We talked about a play a couple weeks ago where he had like 4 verts going, and he tried to stick it in there between the safety and the corner, and he tried to drop it in and almost got it picked off. When you have McKissick, who's 5 yards in front of you, wide open, and he would have had at least a first down, if not 10 to 15 more. You know what I mean? Heinicke just take what the defense give you, and he wants the big money ball. But then at the same time, now it's kind of be like he's being reverted down to a what did Coach call him? A game manager. You know what I mean? Dink and dunking. That's what he's doing now. He's not. So hey, I'm glad we know we have a backup, somebody to go. But I'm waiting for let's get the starter back. Let's get somebody that we can rely on, because this ain't happening.
I really like what Nathan put in the comments about how they need to be drawing up some plays for him. Yeah. He didn't have a single rush against Kansas City. That's not catering to what he can do, because he does have the elusiveness. They do need to be featuring that. And I think you're going to grow some of his game confidence when out there if you're catering some of the plays. to that, and he really did try and become this pocket passer on Sunday. And it's like, dude, that's not you, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. He said, do you think he's trying too hard?
He admitted it. He admitted it today. He said he tried to be perfect on Sunday and it didn't work.
Right.
I think Ron Rivera is like trying to fix this, fix that, like here and there, what his game is, and is taking his confidence away. I honestly think that he's just like, and it shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like he still expects him to produce, but by correcting and micromanaging everything that this boy does, you're going, like, especially someone that's not how do I say it? That hasn't played a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's going to take away from his confidence. And and that's just not how you do it. And basically what you just said is that I totally forgot what I was saying.
And that medicine head will do that to you.
Right.
Oh my
good
gosh.
Stuff hit, right?
Oh man, no, but my man is. I wanted to go back to what I was thinking earlier. The boy's limited, and like, let's just keep it. Like, I agree with what you were saying, Will. I just think this man is very, very limited, and that is not what a starting quarterback is in this league. You can't be limited, not at all. You got to be able to. You got to be able to do everything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Or else you're not going to. You're not going to be that top 10 quarterback. You need to be able to run. You need to be able to pass. You need to be able to throw the long ball. And if you can't do like all of those, nah, man. And and there's nothing wrong with being a game manager, by the way. I think if like Alex Smith was a game manager, but we won. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Alex Smith in his game management. So
what?
Yeah, I did.
What?
I did.
All off season, you complained about him and said you want better. What?
Why would we keep him and he's broken?
You just said you loved that he won. He won with a broke leg.
No. I meant prior to broken leg. I'm talking prior broken leg.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say that. Let me just say that.
Okay, City, Alex.
Right.
Okay, all right. That's a big clarification.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought we were all on the same. We were thinking the same thing, man. My bad.
3-yard pass, Alex, from last year.
Oh, yes.
No. I meant 5-yard Alex.
Right. The arm out.
That's great. And he was really throwing it downfield. Right? I love it. Oh man, yo, hey, got to move on. Definitely got to move on. Hey, Nathan said Alex Smith, KC, and Washington before injury. I want him on my team. He was a solid quarterback. And you remember the year that we were before the year he got hurt, we were what, 6-2? Going into that week that he got hurt, you know, Anthony Handy's with us saying, "What's up, fellas? What's going on, Anthony?" Yo, so we have got to move on. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'm going to go here first because it leads into the second one. Recently, since we've been gone, there was we've seen there's a lot of news that has come out. One of the major stories that came out, Coach Gruden, the brother of our old coach, resigned amid a couple emails that surfaced, a number of emails that surfaced that had some misogynistic, some racist, and some homophobic slurs and rhetoric in them. And he resigned and did what he needed to do amid all that chaos and turmoil. But the interesting part about that is that the emails, a lot of them were to us and back and forth to us. Will, I'm going to come to you first. Like it, love it, or hate it, this whole situation.
It's a mix between love and hate. I love the fact that we're back in the news for the wrong reasons. That they're bringing up Bruce Allen, they're bringing up Dan Snyder, they're bringing up all this stuff that the NFL tried to hush, and the fact that we had a whole report that the Washington franchise paid this lawyer millions of dollars to investigate, and then nobody got to hear what they found out. So the fact that this is coming to light, I love this. Okay. The fact that it's happening to us on a down year, I absolutely hate it because I've got us all excited. We're thinking about the second half. Listen, the NFL does not want bad publicity and to have a team with bad publicity doing well and making the playoffs. So it kind of kills our season right here to say, yeah, we're going to be a top 5 pick because if we're bringing up and all this, the NFL is going to say, no, you're not going to have a good year. This is not going to happen, and we're going to suck for most of the year. What is very interesting about this, why is the NFL so willing to let this information get out about John Gruden, but not get out about anything else?
Right.
Who is in these emails? Tell me what other owners were going back and forth with this. Tell me what other league executives that work in New York at the NFL offices at their headquarters were involved in this, and who are they trying to protect? Because they are trying to keep this under wraps as best as they can, because there are some implications in here that they do not want out.
Yep. Yeah. Ab, what you think, man?
I'm with Will. I kind of love it and hate it at the same time. I hate that we're involved. I love it that we're weeding out racist coaches, misogynistic, and just not just racist, but misogynistic, and just basically all out hateful dude. But let me just say this: it's just that Gruden is old school. Let's just put that out there. Yep. And I'm not justifying none of this, but a lot of old school white coaches
are like that.
Like they just aren't dumb like Gruden is. Like thinking that your emails can't be seen by anybody or anything like that. That's just some dumb shit. But if we're being honest, I guarantee you there's probably 3/4 of the league, 3/4 of the white coaches out there that think the same way Gruden does. I'll even put it down. The reason why the NFL doesn't want these emails out is because you probably got Roger Goodell saying some shit to the Washington football team. You could probably got them talking about Colin Kaepernick, saying they better not pick up a quarterback, pick up that quarterback. I mean, they don't want all the legal ramifications that can happen from just displaying all of this, all of our emails would probably bring it down the whole league, and they can't do that. Yes. They absolutely can't do that.
Right.
This was just a smokescreen to so Dan Snyder, this just plays into probably our next topic, into Dan Snyder all of a sudden throwing down, saying it's Sean Taylor Day.
Right.
So he was like, bad publicity. And then he said, what's our get out of jail free card? I know.
Right.
It always is.
It is I'm a retired Sean Taylor's jersey number. But we didn't let the fans know
at all. Come on
now. The
game
is in 3 days. Like, that was the worst thing, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate this team for that so much, bro. I do. But yeah, like I said, it's just I think this is, I hate that we're involved, but I love that we're weeding out another bad coach that the the game has passed them by.
Yeah. No, I agree. I hate again like that we're involved. Yeah, that to me is awful. And then and also to your point about the whole thing about Dan Snyder and what we're about to talk about this past weekend and the Sean Taylor thing. Look, this is like Will said, this is his MO. This is what he does. When all the stuff originally came out, what did he do? He got Jason Wright, and he started hiring all these African American coaches and these female coaches. You know what I mean? He gets rid of the cheerleaders for a dance team and all that. Okay, no, but no. And this is what he does, and somehow he's allowed to get away with it. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Ab. There's something that Goodell and the rest of these owners don't want coming out. And Gruden was just the scapegoat. He was the guy that they were like, look, either we all go down or you're going to have to go. And that's why he said, all right, I'm resigning. I'm good. I'm out. I hate this because it just puts another black mark on our name. But at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, good. Let's keep showing. Let's keep showing these things so that it's like there's going to get to a point. We already thought we were there, but it's going to get to a point where we're like, all right, there's no way we can keep this man in the league, in the NFL. He cannot be a part of this stuff, being Snyder and all the crap he's doing. You know what I mean? And hopefully this is one of the things that pushes it towards that direction. Because this next move that he did was just outrageous. So, do you have anything else on this one? Because I'm about to move on to this next one right quick. And before I do that, gotta bring in a friend of ours, a friend of the show, and a fellow alum of Herndon High School. My guy, Dave Ballinger, is going to come in the show and talk to us about this entire situation, this whole thing. Dave, what's up, man? Up, and he's back out. I think we'll get him back in here in a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get into it. And hey, Ab, like you alluded to, man, hey, the Sean Taylor, the retiring of the number. And then on top of that, you got Pat Mahommes dancing on the whole setup, the whole thing was off, man. Talk to us.
So is this still like it, love or hate it?
Yeah.
I hate this ceremony. Just like I said a few minutes ago, it's this is just bad. It's just really bad for them to plan this last minute. That was I think in all very disrespectful. Yeah. Like I think they didn't even notify the family until a few days prior than everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just very, very disrespectful. Yeah. I'm more mad about them telling us the ceremony on Thursday than I am mad about the
emails.
Jackson Mahommes dancing on the 21. I'm more mad about that. Like, this guy doesn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? And like, apparently, not saying he's a kid because he looks like a grown man, but I mean, like, he probably was very little when Sean Taylor died. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know the significance to this. I give young man a pass. Okay. Now, Dan Snyder, Washington football team staff, Jason Wright, Ron Rivera, like all those guys, they know what Sean Taylor means to this team. And the fact that you wait 3 days prior to announce that all the other retirements get months ahead. Mm-hmm. And you had years to do this, but you wait 3 days prior to a game to say, hey, we're going to do this. Everybody come show the hell out.
Right.
Like really, bro? And I mean, it was just very disrespectful. I hated it. And honestly, don't see me, Dan Snyder, for real.
Right. or any of that upper management. Dave, welcome to the show. Got the camera issues correct. How you doing today, buddy?
Welcome.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me on. How are y'all?
Great.
Good.
Doing well. Well as we can be doing, all things considering in Washington. Got to shout out my guy because I talked to him at our 20-year reunion, and we started talking about this, and he was like, Sean, I would like to speak on it. I said, come on the show. Come on the show. So we have this segment, Dave's called Like It, Love It, or Hate It. You've heard about what we've been talking about. They retired Sean Taylor's number, and they gave us like 3 days notice, and then you got all this other stuff happening. How you feel about this, man?
I mean, first off, I just missed the days where all we had to complain about with this team was how bad we were playing on the field.
Yeah.
Now we got so many other things, distractions to complain about. The office issues happening with Washington. The rollout of his jersey retirement was disgusting and disrespectful to him, to his family, to the fans. Think about how many fans would have wanted to be at that game. We needed more than 3 days notice to really think about it, because there's so many fans like myself, I'm guilty, that are just like, I'm not going to another game until, Snyder sells or until we start really winning. It's like one or the other. But if I had known that they were going to be retiring, Taylor's number, maybe a month in advance, 2 months in advance, I probably would have gotten some tickets to go. But the actual rollout was horrible. We all know how it was. They renamed the highway leading into the stadium, and they had a picture of his family out there at the sign designation, and behind them a row of porta potties. Like, he couldn't have put up a curtain or something to block it. You didn't even think about that. Yeah. Then you think about Dan Snyder himself. When he showed up, he wasn't, dressed nice for the occasion, respectfully for the occasion in a suit. He was in a hoodie and wrinkled, unpressed khakis and sneakers, just, talking to the family. And we're not going to expect him to make a speech. He's going to get booed out by us, right? But I mean, it's another, like you said, Sean, earlier, it's another black mark for the team, where it's like, we can't get anything right. Not even something that we should have done respectfully maybe 6 years ago. Retired, Sean's number. I was surprised that it hadn't already been retired. I thought that was something that we did a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That was the biggest shocker to me, that it had not been done before that. But hey, piggybacking on what both of you guys said, this is just terrible timing. You didn't even tell that, until 3 days before. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard that his family didn't even really know until like really close up to the game. Man, this is ridiculous. Why do this to cover up your own crap? Like, and to your point, Dave, you're right. If we had known this maybe at the beginning of the season, that's a game you circle to say, hey, I will spend the money to do that. I will pay my respects, because every true diehard Washington fan, and I know this is his number, but it's not his jersey. But that 2-1, every diehard Washington fan has that 21, that reverence for Sean Taylor, for what he meant for the team. So to do this was just ridiculous. Will, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have captured it really well. It was true that the family was scheduled to come up, because the road dedication was supposed to be a thing. The community project they do was supposed to be a thing. But then to also say, hey, wait a minute, we're in the news for bad reasons. Let's retire his jersey. Let's do it right now. Like, it's so disrespectful for the family and what they are, what he means to everything. It's disappointing. We were talking earlier about the Patrick Mahommes' brother. Here's my thing. This is on the team. It's not on. The kid's, in my opinion, an idiot for doing whatever dance he had. But blame the team on this. I interned one summer for a minor league baseball team. The amount of times I had to stand in front of things for no reason at all, just so kids didn't walk into this spot right here. You mean to tell me that Washington doesn't have interns all over the place to say, your job is to stand on either side of this and don't let anyone in? Because they drew a 21 at the 21-yard line on both ends of the sidelines. You can't have staff there to prevent that. Right. You put it right where some of those sideline passes are supposed to be. Have someone right there say, hey, please step out of this.
Right.
We're doing something here. And we wouldn't have had this problem. So again, it comes back to, it's the fan experience that you had, Sean, in your game against the Saints. It's this. It's like, it's just the same old bull that keeps happening. And it's just the same old Snyder. And it's to the point where it's like, we thought stuff was going to change with Ron. We thought things were going to change with Jason Wright. And it's still Snyder coming in and doing what he does. And Dave, you said it perfectly. What's he doing wearing a hoodie all the time? You're the owner of a franchise. I'm not saying you have to dress the nines all the time, but you had a special ceremony. And you couldn't even maybe put on a collared shirt, at least. Although I will say one thing, I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate. I don't have that big a deal with jersey retirements. I like the idea of unofficially hey, this is important. So Dallas has, since he's retired, 2 wide receivers have worn number 88 after Michael Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
They both were pretty hyped. They both have turned out pretty well. But if Dallas hasn't retired Michael Irvin, and I would say this, Michael Irvin had a better career than Sean Taylor did. He had more of an impact on the game. Obviously, a lot less years.
Right.
Part of me, there's been a lot of criticism of retiring the jersey and stuff. I'm kind of I don't know. People know who 21 is. I'm not saying someone needs to actually wear it. But I just saw that. I started thinking about that. If we have receivers out there right now wearing 88, and Michael Irvin's in the Hall of Fame with that number. Dallas does a big deal, and you can still make a big deal out of it without actually retiring. It's just kind of what I'm saying.
Right. I can dig it. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on real quick to one more segment on Like It, Love It, Hate It. And Dave, I'm going to start with you. This is a little bit more fan wishy. There was a trade that has been somewhat mentioned, getting Deshaun Watson out of Houston, and there's a potential 3-team trade that would send Deshaun Watson to Miami and send Tua to Washington. You like it, love it, or hate it, Dave?
Man, that's tough to say. I mean, Tua's doing all right down there in Miami, but just look at how many quarterbacks have done well that have come to Washington and broke their leg. It's tough to say, oh, let's get this great quarterback and bring him here and let's finally do something with our offense. But I know that we've been talking about doing something with Deshaun Watson over the last couple of years. We've got to do something for sure to get this team going. I'm not saying anything new or groundbreaking here. It just feels like we're rearranging the decks or the chairs on the deck of the Titanic at this point. Yeah. At the end of the day, we all know what the problem is, and he's not on the field.
Right. Will, what you got?
So I love part of this, and I hate some of it. I love the part of Watson going to Miami because I am really scared that he's going to go to Philadelphia. If I saw correctly, I think Philly has 3 first-round picks next year. I know they at least have 2. And they've got the ammo to send him to Houston to get someone like Deshaun. And I don't want Deshaun in Philly. I don't want to have to play him twice a year. I'm not having this. I don't love the return of Tua. I was kind of skeptical about him coming out of college, but I'm skeptical of all college quarterbacks these days. I don't know what's going to make it and what's not. My concern was this reminds me of Dwayne Haskins 2.0. You've got a coaching staff in Miami that did not want Tua. That was not the guy they wanted to draft, and the owner came in and said, nope, we're drafting him. We did that with Dwayne Haskins. And if you're willing to get rid of the guy in the second year and he's been hurt at times, and you're willing to say, hey, that we know this guy can be better, and Houston doesn't want him back in return, that's buyer beware. I'm nervous. If we got Tua, I don't know if I'd be all in on this one. I kind of feel like we're not. Philosophically, it makes sense. I just don't know if he's who we want.
Right. And what you think, man?
I hate it because they're dragging our name in this, and I don't know why. They can create a deal between the two themselves. I think Miami has two first rounders next year themselves. I think you're right. Philly has 3, 2 in the top 10 actually. So that is more attractive to get Deshaun Watson. I think they're happy with Hurts though. I think they'll be willing to go at least another year with Hurts. Hurts seems to be able to get the job done. The problem in Philly is not Hurts; it's everyone else, and that's something that they need to figure out. Hurts can put up numbers. He's pretty much top 10 in fantasy right now. So, but I hate that they dragged us into this. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Tua because I think Tua is a step up or two from Heinicke, and he can actually do the little things that need to be done that a quarterback in this league should be doing. But I think I like your point, Will. If they're not talking about switching quarterbacks when Houston is in dire need of a quarterback, then what are we? Then what's the issue there? Why is there a question mark over Tua? And that's just something you need to think about right there. But I don't think this trade will ever happen. It's rarely that 3 teams are involved in trades in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I hate it, Ab. I hate all trades like this because all they do is they just hype up these crazy fans that are like, oh, yeah, if we do this and then they do that and this third team. And no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And honestly, like, Tua, I mean, I've seen him. I loved him in college. I love him in the pros. But in both places, he had injury issues. He suffered from that in the beginning of this year. The last thing we need is a quarterback that has injury issues. We've been dealing with that. So I like his play, but at this particular point, man, I'm like, look, let's hold out. Let's hold out to the end of the year and really put in some time in the offseason or in the draft. Sam Howell, North Carolina.
Second round.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. Let him sit behind Fitz for another year if that's what he do, and he'll do it. I believe, baby. I believe. But I agree. I look. I don't want Tua. This whole 3-team trade to me is just, it's crazy. I'm not even into it, but Tua, I think we can pass on that. I honestly think we can pass on that right now. Dave, gotta shout you out. I appreciate you coming on here and rapping with us for a little bit, man. Definitely want to bring you on some more time, let you talk about this team that we all love, man.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a pleasure. I'd love to come back.
Yes, sir.
And thank you.
Appreciate
All right, bud.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a game this week, ladies and gentlemen. We absolutely do have a game this week, and it's another one in the gauntlet. We are playing the Green Bay Packers with Mr. Discount Double Check as their quarterback. I mean, whoever wants the floor right now, like what are you guys thinking?
Not good. Not good.
Not good at all.
I was looking at, let me see here. So we are your slump buster. We're everybody's slump buster. The Chiefs were having trouble with their offense. They played Washington. They played well. The Saints were having some sputtering with their offense. Jameis Winston threw 4 touchdown passes. We are your slump buster. But the Packers aren't in a slump right now. The least they've scored in their 5 wins right now is 24 points is the least they've scored. We scored 13 last week. So I'm not feeling good about this. Devontae Adams already has 46 catches on this year. Tell me which one of our horrible cornerbacks are going to cover him.
Exactly.
Who's going to run with him? And they're converting already 40% of their third downs. You know how we do on third down. Throw it wherever you want. Someone's going to be open. So, yeah. I mean, and this has personal pride. My in-laws, the family comes from Madison, Wisconsin. Ooh. So I'm sure they're going to be, they're going to be hyped up about this, excited. I see them in about 3-4 weeks. They're coming to stay from here until Christmas. So I'm just expecting to just take it on the chops, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. What you think, man?
I'm really worried about our defense. Like Aaron Rodgers is literally going to just put us into like a depression mode. Like kick people. Like he's wrong, man. Like he has no respect now. Like this man. Like he said the Chicago was he was Chicago's daddy or something like that.
Right.
Bro.
I still own you.
Bro, man, like this dude has no respect now. And honestly, I think he's just going to do the same to us, man.
Yeah.
We'll play soft, and he's just going to he'll probably have 100 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
He's
say blitz.
Three touchdowns. He's going to have 3 scores. He's easily going to have 3 scores. Run 1 or 2 in, have a passing touchdown. Guys are going to be wide open. I'll throw here.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say blitz, and he's just going to quick slant to Devontae Adams. Like honestly, I hate this man. Like you know what I'm saying? There's there's nothing this man can't do. But I don't like our chances at all, And so if you have Aaron Rodgers, put him in, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it's open season. It's open season.
I'm telling you, you have to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We love our team, but we are very realistic. Okay, when we played Buffalo, I have Diggs and Allen in one of my leagues. Started them. Okay, I had Jameis in one of my leagues. Started him. All right, I have Tyreek Hill in one of my leagues last week. Started him, and I have Aaron Jones in one of my leagues. I will be starting him because Aaron Rodgers is going to look at us as if we are the front office in Green Bay, and he is just going to torch us. I mean, it's not going to be pretty. I have nothing positive to say about this. However, we are Washington Football Weekly, gentlemen, and we have got to come with some keys to victory. And as I see, I'm the only one with keys. So I guess I'm the only one driving here. So I'll give you something. All right? We got to blitz. Okay? And we got to, sell out. 0 cup. Just go after him. If he torches us, he was already going to torch us before. We're going to have to go after it and hit him like that. Number 2, ball control. The number 1 way to beat Aaron Rodgers is to keep Aaron Rodgers off of the field. So we need to be running the ball. Run, dink, dunk, run. Do that. Blitz, and we're gonna have to get at least 2 or 3, maybe like trick plays or onside kick or 2 or 3 breaks. You know what I mean? Where maybe they get a touchdown called back, or we get a turnover or penalties or something. We're gonna need a lot of help, but keep him off the field and blitz him, and that's all I got. Will, what you got, man?
Dude, I don't have anything more to add to. That's perfect. That is. I have watched a lot of Packer games with with the family that I have and stuff. And Rodgers can be obviously spot on. He can also miss a lot. He does throw it. He chucks it a lot. So by all means, put pressure on him. Let's see if we can get him off balance and not as accurate as he can be. Yeah. Ball control. We talked about it. I love it, man. I love it. Let's get a couple breaks going. Trick plays, man. You said it perfectly. Perfectly said.
What you think, man?
I like everything what you said. I'm gonna add a few. I think you need to turn the ball over. You got to get these interceptions off of Aaron Rodgers. That team is engulfed on how Aaron Rodgers plays. He plays bad, the team is bad. He plays well, the team is phenomenal. And what we need to do is start getting in his head, and not even sacks, but every time he holds the ball too long, you knock that dude to the ground. We got to start getting grimy, bro. And we need to get those and then that after a long game, that starts to wear and tear gets to a quarterback. Mm-hmm. And that will create mistakes. That will create interceptions. And we need to get at least 2. Mm-hmm. Contain Devontae Adams. I cannot not stress that enough. I think that we need to force Aaron Rodgers to do the dunk plays. I think that's what needs to happen. I think he can't just air it out to Devontae Adams because those two, I don't know, they were born together kind of shit. Like they on some like twin telepathy
Next
shit.
level.
And, like the dude, like he throws it up and he's like, F it. Devontae's back there somewhere. And like and it always happens. So those long bombs that Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers do needs to just be null and void. We can't have any of that. I'm not even one. We can't even have one of those.
0. Yeah.
So I think that's that right there. Those are my just everything what you said, Sean, but just what I added to.
Yeah. So dare we go into predictions?
I mean, if you really want to hear my shitty score, like,
go ahead, man.
33-3.
Ooh, harsh but believable.
Yeah.
Will, what you think, man?
27-16 Packers.
Oof. I got 33-10. I think we can muster a field goal, one for Blewett, but I think Blewett will miss a couple, and I think we'll have one touchdown. Anthony Haney said, "Ouch." Yes,
Nothing but truthful.
Right. So let's go on real quick before we end the show to something that, well, some of us like. I don't know about all of us. Our fantasy football leagues, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to go into the the host league, and it looks as if there is a first place tie in both divisions. As a matter of fact, the Palmetto Skins and the DMV Superman are tied at 4-2.
Oh.
And Herndon's Double Deuce is one game back.
How is Delilah 1-5?
She blew out her first team and lost 5 straight.
That was me.
Oh.
She beat me. Yeah.
Wow. And on the other side, Janae is 4-2. Next, Show Me Your TDs by Cameron at 4-2. Baltimore Elite, after losing the first 3 games, wins the next 3 games and is 3-3. And to round out the Chicago pair,
those Midwesterners, man, what are they doing in this game?
I don't know what is happening. Knights Rosario,
They're all up in that
1-5.
Bears news,
Oh man!
Wow.
I gotta tell you, the week after I don't normally talk a bunch of smack on, especially on stuff I can't control like this. And the week after I was, ripping on you guys for blowing you all both out, Nate handed it to me. He beat me by like 80.
Oh, shout out to Nate who has been coming back. Definitely started off bad, but definitely coming back. Let's go into it right now in the all together rankings. You have Janae at number 1, Palmetto Skins Will Kramer number 2, Show Me Your TDs Cameron number 3. At 4 we have Ab Low, DMV Superman. At 5 Baltimore Elite. At a lowly 6th place, Herndon Double Deuces. And rounding out the very bottom, tied for last place, Nicholas and Delilah. Oh man. Let's real quick go into last week's games. Let's see what okay, as we see, I was up against Baltimore Elite. I was up most of this game. And at the very end of on what was it, Monday, I believe, who did he have on Monday? He had Derrick Henry on Monday. Yeah, and Stephon Diggs.
What is that, 48 points?
Yeah. So he had Diggs and he had Diggs, Henry, and then Dawson Knox. So you had 48, 23. Right, but Bill defense gave 0.
Nothing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So all that
you were
with
feeling
0.
Good. You thought you had the victory.
You thought you had a win.
I thought I had it. But I did not get the W. He came back. Let's see what else we got here. The DMV Superman gave Nick his 5th loss, 167 to 135.
I avenge your loss, bro.
Thank you, sir. With a Dallas Cowboy topping the charts with 41.1. Good God, CD Lamb. Jeez.
That walk-off home run touchdown.
Yeah, at the end.
At the end.
Woo-wee. Oh, wow. The Cardinals defense gave you 16. That's always nice. All right. And let's see what we got here. Palmetto Skins with the I think the week high score 185 to 169, handed Janae her 2nd loss.
Someone has to be giving Janae losses. She's not having it on Sundays, you know.
Exactly. So I appreciate that, Will. Oh man, we had that. I know you're loving Najee Harris.
Yeah.
He's definitely coming correct, and Jonathan Taylor. Oh man.
Yeah, they played out. I gotta do something about Miles Sanders. He's a bust.
Yeah, he's not doing it. Oh, and you're still holding on to McCaffrey. How long are you gonna hold on to him, man?
Probably all season. I can't cut him.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I even said before the pick, I said, this scares me. He sucks.
He does. But you got Chuba, which is a smart move.
I was surprised he was out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
And the last game of the week, Show Me Your TDs versus gives Delilah their 5th loss, 145 to 128. And top 3 giving them over 20, Patrick Mahomes, Jones, and Henderson. And then Thielen coming correct. Wow. All that while getting a negative 6.5 from the Patriots on defense.
You know you can switch out defenses, right?
Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Wow.
Yeah, rough
weekend for Delilah and Nick.
Well, that's great.
Who do you want?
Samuels.
Ooh, Debo. He is on your bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make me an offer.
All right.
Oh, I like this. Week 7, really quick, ladies and gentlemen. I play the number 1 team in the league, Miss Janae Struther. And I'm projected to win that one. DMV Superman plays Nathan Snell in the Baltimore Elite. Abs got the 161-134 projection lead. The Knights Rosario and Team Crespo in the battle for last place. Let's see where that goes. And the battle for potentially 2nd place, the Palmetto Skins and Show Me Your TDs. And projected, they are 166 to 164, a 2.6 difference between the two. Wow. Should be a very interesting week, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see what we got. I gotta keep this thing rolling. And especially I'm gonna get that W this week and see what happens. So trash will be talked this week. So hey, guys, as always, this is always fun, always helpful. We got our man Ab feeling a little bit better.
Thank
I
you, guys. Appreciate it.
I don't know how much better, because you still did talk about your team then. But hey, as we say, always fun doing this, but we definitely have to let you go, guys. Tune in this week. Washington playing Green Bay. Hopefully it's going to be better than we're all predicting, but we'll see. For myself, Sean Spencer, as Anthony Handy calls me, the shout-out king. Yeah. My guy, the shirtless wonder, praying he feels better. My guy, Ab Low. Yes, sir. And in the stickiest state in America, my guy from Mr. Dub K, South Carolina's finest, Will Kramer is in the building. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Hey, we will see you guys next week. Love you guys. Appreciate you watching.